That's right. There were 2 high school football games last night. This game was moved up. So that they could get ahead of the weather, and Canadian, the number 1 team in 2A Division 1, comes away with a 56-7 win. Max, you and I have gone on and on and on about how much we like this Canadian team.
Probably a little too much.
And another guy who probably likes this Canadian team is the head coach of the Wildcats. It is Coach Chris Koetting. Coach, congratulations on your win last night.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Well, let me ask you, because this game was originally scheduled for Friday, and you guys make the decision to move it up to Thanksgiving Day. One, what was your approach in telling your kids, hey, we've got to get ready a day early? And 2, I guess, was it fun playing on Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, I think it was a neat deal. I mean, it's kind of unusual to be one of only 2 games in the whole state of Texas, and normally we're getting ready and having a Thursday morning practice, but I mean, shoot, the kids would much rather play a game than come to practice. So they were really excited about it, and I sure appreciate all our fans and the inconveniences that it caused, for their family get-togethers and everything. But it was a lot of fun. It kind of added some energy to the game, and it's kind of like you see the Cowboys playing on Thanksgiving Day, and you get the chance to do it. So it was a really neat experience. And the main deal was we just felt like that it was the best chance we had for our fans to travel and kids to travel safely to the game. And I'm glad that it worked out the way it did, the way the weather is here right now today. So it worked out really good.
Yeah, it seems like that was the right move. And I will say that I think you guys were the best-looking team on Thanksgiving Day in the state, and that includes the Dallas Cowboys. You guys jump all over Anson early and really take them down 56-7. A great win. I think that it may be misleading the score line. That would seem to indicate that Anson is not a very good team, but you and I both know that's an excellent Anson team. I imagine you're pretty proud of the way your kids took care of business against a very good squad.
Yeah, we're really pleased the way we played. Coach Hagler over there at Anson has done a tremendous job with that team, and they, just from watching as their season progressed, they just kept getting better each week. And I think they were playing really good football, and we were very fortunate to, come away with the win, and we're real proud of the way our kids performed yesterday.
Your offense has been off the charts this year, and of course, it all starts with your quarterback, Tanner Shaffer. What a remarkable year he's had. What sets him apart from maybe some other quarterbacks you've seen? Because you've seen your share of good ones.
Well, I think, there's several things about Tanner that, make him a great quarterback. As of late, his accuracy has just been unbelievable. He's been over 90% probably 3 or 4 times in the last 5 games. And, he's just been very accurate. And, he's got close to, I don't know exactly, around 40 touchdowns or so, and he's only had 2 interceptions. So he's obviously being smart with the football and taking care of the football. But he just does a good job of, and another thing that he does a really good job of is, is just when things break down, he does a great job scrambling, finding open guys and making plays, And he's, we don't run him a whole lot, but he's an effective runner when he does run, and he's kind of hard to tackle out in open space. So, he's a calm customer too. He's very, very even-keeled kid. Doesn't get too excited when something goes good. Doesn't get down when things go bad. And that's kind of the way you want quarterbacks to be. Just kind of even-keeled players. So, I'm just really really glad he's on our team.
I imagine that you are. We're talking with Coach Chris Koetting of the Canadian Wildcats here on DCTF Live. Get involved with the conversation, hashtag DCTF Live. But Coach, he's far from the Tanner's far from the only weapon you guys have over there. Whether it's your wide receiver Cameron Copley or Sawyer Cook or your running back Chance Cook, it seems like for you can call any sort of play and go to any sort of player and feel confident that something positive is going to happen for your offense.
Well, it's always good when we can spread it around and let a bunch of guys get their hands on the ball. It makes the defense, not focused on one guy. Like yesterday, Manny Ramsey, had 130 yards receiving, so, we feel like that we have good options at every position and guys that can make plays, and that's just going to help our offense out in the long run.
But your defense has certainly been up for the challenge as well. In fact, you could make the argument, and I've tried to tell people this, as they tell me to shut up about Canadian, but I've tried to tell them, you could make the argument that your defense is the best unit on your team.
Most definitely, and I'm an offensive guy, and I like throwing the ball around and doing all that stuff. But in the end, I firmly believe that defense wins championships, and Coach Andy Cavalier and our defensive staff, they do a tremendous job of getting our defensive guys ready, and those guys have been just outstanding every game this year, and we're not a real big defense. We don't have a bunch of, great size or anything like that, but we've got a bunch of guys that can run around and play physical, and that's been maybe the strength of our team this year.
We're talking with Chris Koetting, the head coach of the Canadian Wildcats here on DCTF Live. Get involved with the conversation, #DCTF Live. Coach, we know that you ran through one heck of a district. District 1, 2A, Division 1 is one of the best in the state. I imagine that that it only reinforced your feeling of how good this district is, the fact that you've got 3 teams from that district still in the playoff, 2 of them playing tonight or trying to in Wellington and Stratford, and then a Panhandle squad which was 4th in the got into the playoffs and knocked off an unbeaten New Deal squad. I imagine that this is pretty much only reinforcing that your district is a whale of a district, and you should be awful proud of getting through it.
Yeah, I think we knew up here, how strong our district was, but I think with the successes that, the teams in our district had in the playoffs, it kind of lets everybody else know, hey, those guys are pretty good in that district, and I'll tell you what, especially with Stratford and Wellington, those guys are such physical teams and great programs, and, have been great for a long time, and so we knew that, you have to show up every week and be ready to play, or, you're going to get knocked off. And it's just a tribute to this district, the success that it's had in the playoffs so far.
Your team has been just crushing people. Everyone that you've run into, you guys have seemed to dispatch with relative ease. From your perspective, how do you manage the expectations with your kids? Since you were preseason favorites, nothing has pretty much changed since then. How do you manage expectations with your players?
I think our kids do a great job of handling that. We've had some high expectations in the past too, so it's not something that's new to them, and they just do a great job of showing up every day and taking care of the things that we can control, and they do a great job of showing up and trying to improve each day at practice and not looking ahead to games down the road, and just taking care of the, things that matter right now. And they're really a mature group. I really appreciate our senior leadership that we've had this year from those guys, because, and I think they do a good job of not paying attention to, talk and hype and things like that, and just focusing on what matters today. And they do a great job of that, and I think that's helped us. They've been doing the things that help us improve each day and, hopefully end up with the season that we all want.
So, Coach, what was your Thanksgiving dinner like? I imagine that things obviously got shifted around a bit because of the moving target of the game, but what was Thanksgiving dinner like at the Koetting household?
Well, it was we were gone most of the day. We left early, about 7:45. Didn't get home till 8:30 or so. But we after the game we went over to Furs. And they had some turkey and dressing out. And big compliments to the Furs there in Plainview, Texas. They did a good job, and that was kind of how our Thanksgiving meal went yesterday. But I think everybody really enjoyed that experience of playing on Thanksgiving, and I'm sure everybody we'll do something a little special maybe tonight or something like that.
Do your kids get today and tomorrow off?
Yeah, we gave them some time off, and I did feel bad about taking away that family time, but they get a little extra today and tomorrow, and hopefully everybody gets a chance to spend some time with their families.
Well, it was a job well done last night. Even working on a holiday, you guys took care of business. A big win over Anson. Canadian headed to the regional final in 2A Division 1. Coach Chris Koetting of the Canadian Wildcats. Coach, thanks so much for hopping on with us, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a bunch. Thanks for having me on.